What's going on? Carlos Vasquez, my marketer here. And I'm going to build a business and I'm going to document the process. Now, if you know me, I run a marketing automation agency, and my agency specializes in building automated systems like for lead generation, sales generation, and scaling your existing operating efforts. Now, there are some other things that I've dabbled with as well, and one of the things I'm going to share with you right now happens to be one of the things I'm really passionate about. I'll give you some backstory. So I'm a geek when it comes to all these tech, all this software, and I stumble upon, I consider myself an early adopter. I like to try different applications, different tools, so that way I can get a better idea on how I can apply that tool to a real world use. And before the pandemic, one of the ways I used to generate leads was having physical meetups at actual locations. Like I would have a meeting at Total Wine or at a WeWork location or some type of like joint co-working space, so that way I can kind of just teach something or host a special speaker, so that way they can teach something related to their field, so that the attendees can learn something about how to grow their businesses. Because of this, I ended up meeting a bunch of great people, and I really do enjoy sharing information. I like standing in front of an audience. I get a kick out of it. I get this motivation, this adrenaline pump, and I miss it. And also before the pandemic, most of my clients are not here in Miami, so a lot of them are all over the world, literally in different parts of the globe, Australia, South Africa, the UK, Canada, all of Hawaii. I have people all over the place. So doing business online is a big deal. Being able to meet people, Zoom, excuse me, Zoom is a big deal. Being able to connect with people online is a big deal. Sharing my screen, whatever. So I was already used to it. One of the challenges I had with people that I would work with here locally in Miami is that a lot of them are like, "Hey, Carlos, just, I'm the type of person that needs to meet people face to face. I prefer to meet face to face because that's how I've been doing business. That's how you build relationships." And I don't disagree with it. The problem is that I live in the suburbs in Pembroke Pines, and my office is in Coral Gables, and to drive anywhere in Miami is not easy. And I've been to New York, I've been to California, so I know it's worse over there, but it's pretty bad here too. The Palmetto, there's always construction. The Dolphin Express, every highway there's construction. At insult to injury, you got rush hour traffic. And basically, if I'm going to meet anyone, I have to basically plan out an hour driving time at least, right? And, picking up kids, just so many different things that you have to take into consideration. So being able to meet people virtually, I was able to maximize my time. I'm rarely ever late to any meeting. I'm very consistent with my meetings. I don't have to worry about parking. And that was just the way we did business. Now, another challenge I would have is that I'm a stickler with my calendar. I'm very, very strict and disciplined when it comes to my time. So if it's not on my calendar, it's probably not going to happen. Literally, like I have my haircuts scheduled in my calendar. I have gym time, wake up time. Everything is scheduled because I'm also a visual person. So I get to kind of plan out my day, see what's there, and I can see what gaps I have, so that way I can, get a moment to myself. So I'm very, very big on calendar. So if you are driving around and not being able to control your time, you lose a lot of time. So to make a long story short, the pandemic opened up our eyes to how we're able to continue doing business online. Now, it wasn't new to me. I was already used to it. I was already doing this for my business. But now other people that are very traditional had to learn how to do business online. And since I already had an advantage, I felt right at home. Nothing had changed for me. So, like I mentioned earlier, I used to have these meetups in person to generate leads, to generate business, to generate sales. But now we can't meet anymore. So I dabbled upon several pieces of software to have virtual meetups, virtual networking events, virtual lessons, virtual trainings. and people were doing it. They were engaged with it. And I found it to be so much more effective. It's like it was perfect for me because I'm an introvert. I prefer. I'm just a very I'm not an outgoing person. I know a lot of people have told me that they're surprised to hear that, but I'm very comfortable behind the screen, but I do want to meet people, but I'm a little shy. And when I got introduced to virtual speed networking, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. I get to meet a bunch of people from the comfort of my desk while, planting seeds so that I can go ahead and start a relationship. And the whole virtual networking kind of just really got me excited. So I ended up creating more virtual networking events, and they were phenomenal. They were exciting. I would invite people to teach something, plus we do networking. I ended up joining forces with a former partner where she had a group and she had a bunch of coaches and speakers. And when I introduced them to the platform and to the concept, they all fell in love with it. They loved it. And I was like, okay, I'm onto something here. I want to do more with this. And well, that's what this entire documenting process is about. Now, what you're seeing on the screen here, you see document, don't create. And this is a video that I saw from Gary Vee, where I always wanted to be like, man, I'd love to pump out content, but I'm always busy. I'm always working on other client stuff. It's like I prioritize my client stuff versus prioritizing my own things. And I'm like, man, okay, let me do something, but where do I begin? It's kind of like, I know a lot of barbers that are bald. They're great at cutting hair, but they're bald, right? So just because you're good at cutting other people's hair doesn't mean that you could cut your own type of deal. So I feel like I neglect my business. I'm fortunate that I'm able to generate leads, and I'm generating revenue from my marketing automation agency. I got referrals. I'm also a part of several directories, so I get business through there. But I really want to come up with something that is a lot more, it's easier for me to run because of my experience. Plus, I want to be able to help more people. And I'm documenting the process of creating this new business venture or this business product. It's a Miami Marketer original, and it's called Virtual Ntwrkrs. The idea is very simple: to create a community of professionals so that way they can network and build and enhance existing relationships, but from the comfort of their desk. All right. There are networking groups out there. They're all face-to-face, but none of them really focus on the virtual side of things. And so that's the need that I'm going to fulfill. And there's several strategies that I'm going to be implementing that I've learned along the way that I apply to clients. And my goal is to document the process so that way you can see what this entire thing is all about. I don't know if this business is going to fail. I do get demotivated very easily. Hopefully, I'm putting myself out there because I'm pushing myself to keep this going. Push forward. Get it done. I do enjoy virtual networking. What I really enjoy more is bringing people together. So I'm going to use my technology and my strategies to make this work while documenting the process. I'm going to go ahead and post all this on YouTube. You get to see what it is that I do. This is what I do for other businesses, but I want you to see what it's like for me to build it as a product for Miami Marketer. So Virtual Ntwrkrs is a Miami original. The goal is to create a community, and I'm still working out the kinks, but here's the idea. I want to go ahead, and I envision this to have, I'm thinking 4 virtual networking events a week. Sounds like a lot. And it's speed networking. That's the idea. All right. And I'm going to charge a fee for each networking, and the fee will be $25. And a portion of the proceeds, I want it to benefit. I'm not sure what nonprofit organization just yet, but I want everyone to know that they're also contributing to a good cause. And obviously, some of the proceeds are to cover costs for the platform. And I'm going to be spending money on ads so that way I can bring in more people. So $25 per networking event. And the reason why there's a reason. Number one, one's to help morning people that prefer to network in the morning. There's people that prefer to network in the afternoon. And then there's people that prefer to network in the evening, after hours, evenings. Okay? So that's 3. What about the 4th one? There are people that want to network on Saturdays. All right. And I'm thinking that maybe the people on Saturday are like the side hustle people. Like I'm thinking evening and Saturdays are side hustle people that want to meet others so that way they can, grow their business and even meet potential leads. Okay. I want to also invite professional networkers or networkers that use networking to build relationships and have them teach stuff and all that good stuff. I'm going to also share some things I have in store. Okay, so now for a week, so that's 4, 8, 12, 16 a month, depending if there's a holiday. So roughly 10 to 16 sessions a month. Okay, now what I do want to do is if you want to save money and not spend at each networking event $25, then I'm going to come up with a subscription model, and I'm thinking it'll be, let's say $37.59 a month, and you can cancel anytime, and you have access to all networking events for the month. Okay, so that's going to be the main offer. That's what I'm trying to do. Then there's going to be a profit booster, and the profit booster is for these softwares allow me to have vendor booths and to basically have people sponsor events. So I'm going to have a virtual networker VIP, and these people are going to be able to have vendor booths at the event so that way they can generate leads from the booth. Plus they're going to be having their sponsor logo right up front, and I'm thinking that this is going to be $97 a month. Okay, so it's going to be great because that means that their sponsor booth is going to be at every event, all 10, 16 a month, as long as they're a member for that month. Okay, and there's more things that I have planned out for it. So I'm going to document the process of basically putting all this together. I already have a domain name, I have a logo. I already kind of got the ball rolling, but I'm going to share with you throughout the process how I'm going to use podcasting to attract more people, how to generate easy content. I'm thinking easy-ish content. How to use LinkedIn to I'm going to use automations in LinkedIn to reach out to people, combining that with email outreach as well. I plan on doing paid ads also, and so much more. So I'm going to leverage the resources I've built from my agency to help me run this entire process. So that way you can learn it as well. You can see what this journey is like. And Gary Vee said it. I'm going to document. I'm not going to create content. I'm just going to document my process and share everything that comes my way. And that's about it. So if you have any questions, suggestions, or anything that comes to mind, please leave it in the comments, and I will go ahead and I'd love to learn. I mean, I'll talk with you, interact with you. Make sure to follow me, Miami Marketer, on Instagram. Same thing on TikTok. I'm gonna put like little tidbits of these videos inside those social mediums to promote like my services. Plus, I want to kind of just give more awareness to the virtual networkers. You can also follow the virtual networkers so that way you can see the actual content that's going out there, and you may want to be a part of the program as well. If you're interested in sponsoring it, reach out to me, and we can talk and discuss. Another ultimate goal would be to host at least a quarterly virtual expo, Virtual Networkers Expo, so that way I can bring in some expert speakers to teach stuff about networking, have more vendor booths, ultimate speed networking, like 3 days of nothing but building relationships, getting better at networking, finding out what the latest tools are, meeting a bunch of different people, and planting a bunch of seeds, because I feel like it's not what you know, it's who you know, but it's also trying to make it convenient. and later down the road, we'll meet physically. So I have a big vision for this, and I hope it works out. I hope it works out because I really am passionate about it. I think this is a game changer for business altogether. All right, so thank you, and stay tuned.